ugly world. So there's a few basketball players that are professional basketball players that are amazing at what they did and what they're about to do. Now, I think Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Bill Russell, Phil Jackson, all these guys, in my eyes, were great at their craft. Or not at their craft, at what they did for the NBA when they played basketball. Now, there's certain players today that, can be considered the greatest. Like LeBron James, And the person that I wanted to talk to you guys about today, knock on wood, hopefully he'll stay fully healed this year and he can, do what he does best, is Steph Curry. Now, Steph Curry has made a lot of three-pointers in his career. And he's going to make a bunch more by the time his NBA career is over. Now, there's two individuals in front of him that have made more three-pointers than him in their careers. And those two individuals are Reggie Miller and Ray Allen. Now, both of those guys are retired. And they're both great at what they did when they played basketball as well. But, if you think about it, when the NBA season starts, and I don't know how long it's going to take him this year, pending, he doesn't get injured, knock on wood, that, he could pass, Reggie Miller. Because all he needs is 65 threes to tie him and 66 to pass him for the second best three-point shooter in the league. Now, I don't think he'll catch Ray Allen this year. But he could get close if he stays healthy. I know he will stay healthy, as healthy as he can be. And because, he needs 478 three-pointers in order to pass Ray Allen for best all-time three-point shooter in the NBA. Now, I'm not saying, that he'll do it this year to pass Ray Allen. But he could hit, 300 three-pointers in a year. Mind you, he'd have to stay healthy the entire year. Now, he could easily pass Reggie Miller in, I'd say, possibly the first, 20 or 30 games of the season. Now, that's just me speaking out on that whole thing. I'm not saying it's going to happen like that. When the season starts on December 22nd, who knows how many threes he's going to hit. I have no idea how many threes he's going to hit in the first game or the second game or any of the games leading up to that. He could easily, pass Reggie Miller this season. The only way he does that is he stay healthy. And I believe he can. And it's not just, passing, him for most threes on the team, in the NBA. There's other records he could break this year as well. For example, let's see. He could pass Rick Barry for most points a Warriors player has scored. Now, he's got a long ways before he could pass Wilt Chamberlain, but, he could easily pass Rick Barry. He only needs 28 to pass him. He's got 16,419 career points in his career, and Rick Barry had 16,447, which is who he's chasing. Now, as far as, career points leaders, he's chasing, DeMar DeRozan is ahead of him by 16 points, but in front of him is Tiny Archibald, who has, 16,481 points. So he could pass Tiny Archibald at some point in the season. And now, I'm not saying he's going to pass, a whole lot of players in this new season that starts in, a couple weeks from now. He could easily pass, Rick Barry for points. He could easily pass, Reggie Miller this year. I'm not sure how many points he can get for, I don't know if he'll reach 20,000 points in his career, but he could. I'm not saying, he's been injured 2 seasons out of his career. Or maybe it's been more than that. Or maybe it's been less. I can't remember how long he's been out with injuries before. The fact of the matter is that I believe that he can pass, Rick Barry for most points by a Warriors player. And he could pass, Reggie Miller for most threes, second most threes in his career. Now, I don't know when that's going to happen in the season. It could happen anytime in the season. He could pass, Rick Barry on the second game of the season, or third game, or even in the first game. It's going to be interesting to see what this NBA season has in store for not just for Steph Curry, but for LeBron James or any active player that's out there right now who's, it could be Russell Westbrook, it could be DeMar DeRozan, it could be, James Harden, it could be anyone could have a great season this year. And they're only playing 72 games this year. Usually there's 82, so they're playing 10 fewer games. It should be an interesting season to watch, and I'm gonna watch the first game of the season on December 22nd between the Brooklyn Nets and the Golden State Warriors at 7 something at night, I believe. Let me check the schedule I have here for them. They play at 4 p.m. against the Nets in Brooklyn. On Tuesday, December 22nd. So that's the first game of the season. And I know we kind of rambled on about Steph Curry a whole lot in this vlog today. But I just wanted to let you guys know, I think he can break a couple of records this season. Easily. And we'll see. So I would like to wish a hand of 4 individuals a happy birthday today. One of them is Corey Vidal. The other one is Paige O'Brien Peck, Josh Peck's wife. She's turning 30 today. Marianne Francesca, a happy birthday to her. And a happy birthday to Christoph Hivju. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his last name or anything like that. And then anyone else who has a birthday on the 7th day of December, happy birthday to you. And I will see you tomorrow with the brand spanking new vlog. Y'all know the drill. Keep real. Bye-bye.